The Lakers have no defense. This was more than the first game of the season for the Los Angeles Lakers. This was a statement made by the Denver Nuggets. And the Lakers are in trouble because they have no defense. Look at this picture right here. Anthony Davis is getting destroyed in the paint, and the entire Lakers team is just standing there flat-footed watching Jokic. No one's helping out. There's no help defense. But the thing is, what are you going to do? Because everyone on the Nuggets can shoot threes. Look at Caldwell Pope there, waiting for the three, waiting for Jokic to swing it over there to him. And Anthony Davis just got completely destroyed by Jokic last night. The whole Lakers team did. The Nuggets ended up winning 119 to 107. And I know it's just the first game of the season, and everybody on ESPN is saying that, oh, well, it's a long season, it's just the first game. But this is coming up after last season where the Nuggets swept the Lakers, just dominated them. And they dominated them again last night. Jokic finished the game with 29 points, 11 assists, and 13 rebounds. His 106th triple-double of his career. He's up there with Jason Kidd, and he's a center. I mean, it's mind-boggling. The post play of the big man it's basically non-existent in the NBA. I mean, Anthony Davis, dang near 7 feet tall, can't post somebody up like Jokic can. And Jokic, say what you want about him. The man's an MVP. He's incredible. And the Lakers had no answer for him. I mean, Lakers fans are frustrated. Lakers fans are they're fed up. And it is the Lakers have made no adjustments to their team defense after getting swept. Jamal Murray, the difference maker really for the Nuggets. He finished the game with 21 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds in 34 minutes. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 20 points in 36 minutes. Aaron Gordon, 15 points in 35 minutes. Michael Porter Jr., 12 points in 30 minutes. The Lakers are in trouble. What happened to defense in the NBA? What happened to post play in the NBA? I mean, Jokic is really the only consistent post player in the NBA. Old school, early 90s basketball. And he also can shoot threes and he can dribble. But Anthony Davis should have developed a baby hook by now, and he hasn't. I mean, Jokic, he's like Greg Ostertag, who's dominating the NBA. I mean, Greg Ostertag was a good NBA center, but he wasn't winning the MVP. You know, he wasn't winning championships, dominating everybody. And it's like Greg Ostertag is just dominating the NBA. And as a Lakers fan, it's sickening. The Nuggets have repeatedly chanted that they are the Lakers' daddy, and they proved it again last night. Anthony Davis played 34 minutes and only had 17 points. The Lakers are missing Caldwell Pope. Because as much as I like Austin Reeves, you know, he had that dunk. He had that steal for a dunk at the start of the second half. But he played 31 minutes and only had 14 points. He did have 8 rebounds. But Caldwell Pope was a major contributor for the Lakers winning the championship during the bubble finals, the COVID finals. And they're regretting that decision now because he's on the Nuggets, killing it. If you have the most dominant player with the basketball, shouldn't you double team him? You know, LeBron James can't do this by himself anymore. The man's dang near 40, even though he's the greatest athlete to ever play. You know, he's the greatest athlete of all time, but he's not the best basketball player of all time. But he's still dang near 40. LeBron can't do this all on his own. It's not the LeBron of the Cleveland Cavaliers. He's going to need other players to become the star. He's going to need other players to step up. And D'Angelo Russell did not step up last night. He built a mansion with all those bricks. He had 11 points in 36 minutes. 11 points in 36 minutes. Caldwell Pope for the Nuggets was balling last night. All of the guards for the Nuggets were killing it last night. And LeBron's the oldest guy on the team, had the most points for the Lakers, 21 points. And there were some questionable calls by the refs. I mean, the Nuggets got some home cooking last night. The Nuggets got some home cooking. But this was more than just the first game. This was more than just the first game. This was a statement made by the Denver Nuggets. Rui Hachimura had 6 points in 15 minutes. That's not going to get it done. That's not going to get it done. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had 20 points in 36 minutes. The Nuggets had 3 players score over 20 points with Murray, Pope, and Jokic. The Lakers only had 1 with LeBron James, GOAT James. Lakers fans are frustrated today. And I know we're all happy because it's the basketball season's back. Thank goodness. I'm so grateful that basketball season is back. But have the Lakers changed? I mean, can Anthony Davis get it done for the Lakers this year? Realistically, win a championship. The Nuggets shot 52, almost 53% from the field. The Lakers shot 45%. The Nuggets were 14 of 34 from the three-point line. The Lakers were 10 of 29. The Nuggets shooting 41% from the three-point line. The Lakers shooting 34%. The Lakers shot more free throws. That's a little surprising. They didn't. The refs didn't call that blatant foul on that Austin Reeves got hacked in the head. They didn't call that when it was crunch time. But it should have never been that close. The Lakers have too much talent to play so poorly against the Nuggets. You know, and it doesn't matter if your team has such incredible offense if they score 107 points, but the other team scores 119. They couldn't get the stops when they needed to. They couldn't play defense. You know, I mean, as much as I like Austin Reeves, he's a liability. And it's looking like Anthony Davis is somewhat of a liability on defense. I mean, he's not playing for Kentucky anymore. He's playing against the big dogs. And as unathletic as Nikola Jokic appears, he's incredibly coordinated and strong. And he has fundamentals. He has like Tim Duncan fundamentals, and he can consistently hit the three, which spreads the court out. The Lakers had more rebounds than the Nuggets last night, rebounding them 44-42. However, the Nuggets had more defensive rebounds. The Nuggets had more assists, 29 to the Lakers' 23. And the Nuggets had more steals. They had 9 steals compared to the Lakers' 5 for fast break points. And they both had 11 turnovers. The Nuggets passed the ball better. They spread the court out more. And the Lakers are scared to double team Jokic because he'll kick it out to the three-point line. And the guards can knock it down. I mean, Nikola had his 106th triple-double. Dominated Anthony Davis. posted him up in the paint like a little kid. And he's like half a foot taller than him. I mean, one-on-one, Nikola Jokic just dominated Anthony Davis. And, okay, yeah, he gets dominated on defense. But he's got to play better on offense. I mean, he only had 17 points and he played 34 minutes. "17 points in 34 minutes. Now, Grandpa LeBron had 21 points, the leading scorer for the team. I mean, these role players are going to have to step it up. Gabe Vincent, he played 22 minutes and only had 6 points. Jackson Hayes played 7 minutes and didn't have a single point, 1 rebound. Cam Reddish played 18 minutes and only had 7 points. When the Lakers are rolling, they look great. But when it's a half-court game, the Lakers are not very good. And that is where the Nuggets thrive. Yeah, they're fast and they can score on the fast break. But they have a system, and every player on their team knows their role. They space the floor. And the ball goes through Jokic on almost every play. I mean, he touches the ball either at the top of the key or down in the paint. And he can either shoot it. Jokic has got the green light. He can either shoot it, post up, or swing it, pass it to the open man. And they're able to do that every time that they needed to. And if the Lakers don't get consistently better, they're going to get swept again. They're going to get swept again. And you only have the greatest athlete of all time for a few more years. I mean, Father Time's undefeated. LeBron's got a lot of wear and tear on his body, and the fact that he's still so dominant is incredible. The Lakers fans are frustrated today because they saw the exact same stuff that they saw last playoffs. Shaq says that it's barbecue chicken in the paint, where he knew he was going to score, and that's what Jokic was, just eating a bucket of chicken against the Lakers last night, just dominating. The Nuggets were chanting, "Who's your daddy?" basically all game long. After the game, Austin Reeves stated that the Lakers have a lot that we need to work on. Yeah, like playing defense. Not getting burned to the baseline every time you're guarding somebody. I mean, Reeves is good on offense, but he's a liability on defense. Charles Barkley, the great Charles Barkley, chimed in. Charles Barkley had some harsh words for Lakers star Anthony Davis after an underwhelming season debut against the Nuggets. Davis tallied just 17 points and 8 rebounds on 17 shots in Tuesday's loss and was held scoreless in the second half, making it impossible for the Lakers to make a sustained push to get back in the game. Afterwards, Charles Barkley was critical of Anthony Davis for not living up to the lofty hype that has surrounded him for years. I said when he was in New Orleans, Barkley said, that this guy, Anthony Davis, is going to be the best basketball player in the world in the next 5 years. He's not even mentioned anymore when you talk about the best players in the game. Charles Barkley continued that LeBron has said it publicly, it's Davis's team now. And you wonder when the light is going to kick on because he doesn't have to play great every night. But you can't go a whole half and not score. I mean, who knows the game better than Charles Barkley? Charles Barkley normally has fairly accurate takes when it comes to basketball. And that's harsh criticism of Davis, whose role will be magnified this season as the Lakers attempt to manage LeBron James' workload throughout the regular season. James played just 29 minutes Tuesday night and said post-game that there's a system in place to limit his wear and tear. That means more pressure on Davis to deliver, and the talented forward failed the first test Tuesday night against the Nuggets. We'll see if Davis produces a bounce-back performance against the Suns this Thursday night, who are coming off a season-opening victory over the Warriors. It's going to be a long season for the Lakers if Anthony Davis can't get it together. And Lakers Nation has been declaring, a lot of them have been wanting the Lakers to trade Anthony Davis, but who are you going to get for him? I mean, there are no real dominant big men in the NBA as far as college prospects. The traditional big man is non-existent anymore. Basically, Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. Fundamentals are not taught anymore. Offensive post play is basically non-existent except for Jokic. I mean, they look like Vin Baker. The up and under move that he had against Davis, he's looking like Akeem Olajuwon and Vin Baker. Vin Baker would destroy. He would dominate today's NBA. Austin Reeves says Lakers have a lot that we need to work on after Nuggets loss. LA started this year the way the last one ended, losing to the Nuggets and having more questions than answers on how to right the ship. While the result is disappointing, it's not surprising given Denver's dominance in the NBA. The Nuggets have the MVP Nikola Jokic, a future star in Jamal Murray, and with a perfect supporting cast of Michael Porter Jr., Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Aaron Gordon, not many teams are going to leave Denver with a win. One of the players LA is relying on to make a leap and help them win another title is Austin Reeves. The third-year player had a serviceable game on Tuesday but struggled offensively, shooting 36% from the field. Reeves acknowledged Denver's dominance after the matchup. They played a good game, Reeves said. There's obviously a lot of things we need to work on offensively and defensively, but we had some good stuff tonight as well. So we'll go back and watch film and get better from it. But tip your hat. They made shots when they needed to make shots. While LA has lost 5 straight games against Denver, leading back to last year being swept in the playoffs by Denver, the Lakers continued to trim the deficit down to a few points, but every time they did, Denver went on a run to get the lead back up to double digits. You have to give the champs credit. They never let up or folded, protected their home, and demonstrated while they were the best team last season, winning the championship. With the game now in the rearview mirror, the Lakers have to keep their eyes ahead and focus on Phoenix, another tough conference opponent that presents a slew of challenges, most notably Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. If the Lakers don't want to start the season 0-2 for the 3rd year in a row, then they can't have another poor start to the game. Anthony Davis needs to show up in the second half, and the bench has to give you more than 26 points. This early, everything is looked at with a microscopic lens, and one must be careful of making absolute statements off an incredibly small sample size. But Reeves is right. After one game, there's a laundry list of things to fix. The good news is the resources are there to make the right adjustments and get things back on track on Thursday. The Lakers cannot abuse a LeBron like they did last year, being out of the playoff race, and LeBron had to basically use everything he had in the tank to get the Lakers into the playoffs, and he was out of gas by the start of the playoffs. They can't abuse him like that. He can't sustain running up and down the court, having to play center because Anthony Davis can't stop anybody, and then having to play point guard. I mean, it's remarkable that you don't see NBA players just barfing and throwing up all over the court like every game. I mean, it shows the conditioning that they're in. The Lakers can't do that to LeBron again this year. Can Anthony Davis get it done for the Lakers? Time will tell. Time will tell. All right, YouTube. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Peace.